I distinctly remember going to a Diddy party, all the waitresses topless. They serving you, everybody topless, you feel me? Like, he got dancers in cages, people walking around with lions on tigers on leashes. I seen this with my own 2 eyes, see what I'm saying? And it was getting so weird in the party, I'm like, man.
You know, the next thing is, man, Craig Mack was the one that jumped Bad Boy off. And you know, and it got so bad that Craig Mack, who died from AIDS, that man, he got brainwashed so bad from Diddy and got done so wrong. The man went to South Carolina and joined a cult with his family until he died of AIDS a few years ago. The man refused service for AIDS.
So, and when I got to the party, you know, all the waitresses was topless. They had like...
You're the second person to say that.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, everybody, the waitresses was topless. Like, they had like dancers in cages. I seen a few people had like lions on leashes and stuff like that. You feel me? And then, you know, once they came out to collect everybody's phones, that's when I said, I'm going to the car, y'all got it.
When Katt Williams speaks, the entertainment world listens. His blunt honesty and sharp recall of Hollywood events have often stirred controversy. Now he's at the center of another storm, this time involving hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs. Social media is buzzing over an alleged list of celebrities tied to Diddy's infamous parties. But it's not just the names making headlines. It's the silence from Hollywood's biggest stars that has people even more curious. This story isn't only about accusations. It's about patterns, behavior, and the uneasy overlap between celebrity culture and hidden power. Time and again, we've seen private lives of stars collide with public scrutiny. This moment feels like another turning point. In this commentary, we'll dig into the names, the reactions, and the history that led to this viral frenzy. Like the surprise drop of an album, the alleged list has exploded online. And the names are stunning. Leonardo DiCaprio, Jay-Z, Beyoncé, Ashton Kutcher, Paris Hilton, Howard Stern, Russell Brand, Mariah Carey, Jennifer Lopez, Russell Simmons, Usher, and Megan Fox, to name a few. It's a list that could headline any major awards show. But here, it's being discussed in a very different context.
Like 2013 was when I really first started speaking out about this, because he was booked to host an event in Chicago at a nightclub called The Vibe on 1534 North Kingsbury. I was head of security at this venue. And whenever celebrities would come through, the owner and the general manager, shout out PJ Khan and shout out Joey Vartanian, they would send me with celebrities after the club. So I ended up at one of his events, and a gentleman I used to work for, his name was David Arrington. He used to not work for, work with. He was security like me, big, strong, intimidating dude. Come to find out, you know, he was double dipping. You feel me? He was getting hired as a worker, and when I got to the event, he was there.
As a bodyguard, or?
No, he was there as a performer. Right. So that gentleman's incarcerated right now. He ended up killing his boyfriend, stealing his car, all type of stuff. So he crashed out. So that's how I ended up even knowing about this type of stuff. So, and when I got to the party, you know, all the waitresses was topless. They had like...
You're the second person to say that.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, the waitresses was topless. Like, they had like dancers in cages. I seen a few people had like lions on leashes and stuff like that. You feel me? And then, you know, once they came out to collect everybody's phones, that's when I said, I'm going to the car, y'all got it. Because I seen the Diddy guy holding hands with two vampire-looking dudes, like they was off Twilight. You feel me? So if you ever at a celebrity party, you see street dudes kicking it, the females, when you see the vampires come in, somebody's case getting touched, better be on point, bro. Oh no.
Do you feel like you have the spirit of discernment to like know when some when you see a man or a woman that know they on some like you said, the guy you was working with was a whole worker, and I don't, you know.
I was suspicious of him.
Okay,
for sure. You know, any person who worked private security at a high level, you know, I get this from my mom, the spirit of discernment. That's something she always said, exact words. So salute to you. And you know, if you do this job at a high level, you can look into somebody's eyes and tell if they're a killer. You can look in their eyes and tell if they're a get money person. You can look in their eyes and tell if, you know, they get a little extra wild, you feel me?
The list is already being compared to the notorious Epstein list, with people online speculating about just how deep the connections go. What stands out is how fast this story gained momentum, and how carefully those named have stayed silent. So far, none of the celebrities mentioned have been officially tied to any criminal investigation connected to Diddy's case. Still, the fact that their names are circulating alongside his is more than enough to keep the public talking.
I distinctly remember going to a Diddy party, all the waitresses topless. They serving you, everybody topless, you feel me? Like, he got dancers in cages, people walking around with lions on tigers on leashes. I seen this with my own 2 eyes, you see what I'm saying? And it was getting so weird in the party, I'm like, man, I tell the security team I'm working with, but let me sit outside in the Escalade. So I go outside in the Escalade and I'm just chilling out there because, you know, bro, I got a reputation to maintain, bro, outstanding member. Like, I don't want nobody thinking that, man, they got BH with this? That was always a concern for me, bro. That was always a concern. I seen it for myself because Bobby Valentino was the person I was bodyguarding at. You see what I'm saying? He tell me I done got so much before, you know, didn't really excite me. I'm like, well, what you mean? But he there. What you mean? On bro, folks' grave. I said, what you mean? So he got 2 girls with him. So I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, hold on. These might not be normal girls. Sure enough. Now he say, man, take my girl to the bathroom. I'm like, okay. We walk into the bathroom, you feel me? She go into the men's bathroom. But that's not all the way crazy because it's one bathroom packed, you feel me? People might do that, you know what I'm saying? So people start swarming the door, so I step inside the bathroom door. She's standing at the urinal, dress lifted up. I'm like, damn. Oh, okay, that's how they coming? All right. So, you know, I'm gonna tell everybody this. If you at a celebrity party and them white guys come in like they was on Twilight, look like vampires, they holding their drink like this, you feel me, with the blonde hair, stuff like that, it's finna get crazy in the party now, you feel me? Seen it too many times. When the white guys come in like they was on a vampire movie, bro. Hella gel, spikes sticking up, around a bunch of black dudes, yeah, somebody finna get their case touched on, bro. But here another thing though, like I bodyguarded this guy who was a pimp before, and he told me, he said, look, if a man have too much of one thing, he start trying other things. So as soon as I heard that, I went celibate for like 2 years. Cause I ain't even trying to have like, bro, I think a lot of things is evil, bro. And in the music industry, you see a lot of things that's evil. And they'll tell you crazy because you don't agree with it. I seen it. All of this stuff that's coming out, I've been saying it, bro. I've been saying it. That's why I started taking gigs. And I'm bringing the guys with me. Because it's like, all right, I don't want to be the only straight guy in here. See what I'm saying? Then at the same time, if something happened, if you on a team with like 5 security dudes, they might be 7 feet tall. But they 5 feet tall in their heart. Well, a lot of them be soft, scary. They not gangster at all. Like, they gonna run and leave you and call the police. Like, they not gonna shoot no gun, bro. Name one time you heard about a security guard, a bodyguard shooting somebody.
Snoop Dogg's bodyguard.
That was 20 years ago. That's why you hear all the rappers saying, I don't need no bodyguard. You hear that in every song. That's why. That's why I charge what I charge. Because you get me and phone them coming out. And half the time, people know not to try us. So we don't really have to do nothing. But like, I've worked with people, dudes like that dude King Kong, he big, but he'll knock you out. But most dudes not doing that. They get knocked out with calling 12.
A list like this is nearly impossible to ignore. These are global stars, each with their own legacy, massive fan base, and carefully built brand to protect. Being mentioned in the same breath as an ongoing federal case is no small matter. It's the kind of situation publicists dread, but internet commentators thrive on. And in today's online world, once names like these hit the spotlight, the conversations only multiply. The mystery grew deeper when fans noticed sudden activity, or sudden disappearances, on the social media accounts of some celebrities linked to the alleged list. Usher, who spent part of his early career living and working with Diddy, suddenly had posts vanish from his X account. His explanation was that he'd been hacked. But the timing raised eyebrows, since this happened just as an old quote of his resurfaced, one where he described witnessing unusual scenes at Diddy's home. Celebrities mentioned have been officially tied to any criminal investigation connected to Diddy's case. Still, the fact that their names are circulating alongside his is more than enough to keep the public talking.
If he wants to say no Diddy, no homo, no this, no that, that's his choice. I know a lot of Phillies dudes and they strong out there, and some of my people are cool with Meek Mill. You understand? People. Some of my people are cool with Meek Mill's people. Meek Mills was a young guy, and Diddy was an influencer, and he may have influenced a lot of things that Meek Mills got caught up in the game in. Brother, I don't know Meek Mills as a man. You understand? I know some of his people through my people who knows his people. If Meek Mills want to say no Diddy, if Meek Mills want to say no homo, I don't have a problem with Meek Mill doing that. Meek Mill's got to deal with what he got to deal with based on the relationship him and Puff had. Dressing alike, being cozy, Puff calling him daddy, saying little innuendos to him. People are looking at that and saying Meek Mill is wrong for saying no Diddy. But you can't tell a man how to spend his money and how to make love to his wife or his Diddy. So, I don't know. I don't know, Mike. I just don't know.
Nah, I feel you, man. You know, I get it, man. I see where you're coming from. But I gotta ask you about this party, right, that Diddy threw for Meek Mill. You heard about how the owner, she came out saying that she found used condoms, lubricant, razor blades, powder, blood on the bed sheets. You heard about this?
No, what happened is that Diddy had rented a mansion out for Meek Mill's birthday party, and he had rented it for like $25,000. I remember we rented one of Cher's mansion out, you know what I'm saying? And that's the day he had fired his cook, but that's a whole nother story. You know what I'm saying? It was me, Wolf, Mace, Ock. Was Ock staying there? No, it was just me, Wolf, Mace, Puff, and there was one other person staying in the mansion. But anyway, long story short is that they came recently. This happened a long time ago, but they recently just made a statement that they found loads of cocaine. I wonder what they did with the cocaine, because they didn't turn it over to the police. They said they found loads of cocaine, razor blades. They said that the sheets were bloody, nasty. They found a whole lot of used condoms. And it was a Diddy party, giving in Meek Mill's honor for his birthday. I was like, yo, wow. They said it was disgusting. the way that they left the place. So I know they got hit with another bill on top of that $25,000 and the different deposits they had to put down for cleanup and all this other stuff.
Pink, another major name, also wiped her X account. Megan Fox went even further, deleting every post from both Instagram and X, sparking a storm of speculation online. To many, this didn't feel like coincidence, but rather a deliberate move to distance themselves from the controversy. Of course, none of this is proof of anything. In celebrity culture, it's not unusual for stars to scrub their accounts when scandals surface. Some do it to protect upcoming projects, others to avoid giving critics fresh material. But when several people connected to the same figure do it around the same time, it naturally fuels more theories. This is especially true when those involved are seasoned celebrities who fully understand how the media cycle works, and how every action is interpreted. Adding to the fire was an old clip of Khloe Kardashian casually recalling one of Diddy's parties. She described catching an early morning flight to attend, joking that half the people there were butt naked. At the time, it came off as light-hearted. But now, revisited under a different lens, that remark is being picked apart with fresh meaning.
So, after that club closed, after the night was over, he have an after party. So the manager of the club said, I need you to come with me to the after party. So me and my other homie, we go to the after party. When we get to the after party, bro, like, it was a lot of females in there who stand up when they use the bathroom. You see what I'm saying? So I'm thinking to myself, like, man, like, this kind of wild on, bro. Like, this how y'all coming? If this how y'all live, it's how y'all live. But they want to keep it a secret. You see what I'm saying? So he real touchy-feely too. Like, he grabbed this other guy I know by his neck. Grabbed him by his neck and was like, do you have love in your heart, young man? You want to be a roach? Or you want to walk with God? I'm looking like, you gonna let him grab you like that? But then, you know, he be on some tough guy too. So I guess he a tough cake toucher.
Did you see him do anything with anybody or anything, or?
No, I seen him holding hands with two men. Like this. I seen that. So, you know, like they'll have a dude come out with the paper, sign an NDA. No, I'm going to the car, bro, I'm good. I'm not signing no NDA. I'm going to the car, I'm good. Seen that, bro. So seeing all this come in the news, people was telling me I was crazy. Said I was a hater. Hating on what? I don't want to party with the girls with the third leg, man. I'm good. I just be with the guys chilling. I don't gotta be in here with y'all. But if you getting $1,500 for the night, you gonna try to find a gray area to operate in. You feel me? I seen these things.
What do you think about them accusing Diddy of having cameras in his house so he could record celebrities and politicians and use it as blackmail?
So I firmly believe that's true, because in that sector of people, a lot of them practice Scientology. And Scientology, that was their thing. They would get people in compromising positions. They'll hold that footage over their head and get them to agree to things. You see what I'm saying? So, like, you know what, if you see somebody with the chain on, with that little vial of blood on their neck, well, they a Scientologist, bro. So it's definitely gonna be footage of them somewhere doing something compromising. That's how a lot of these agreements get made. People get endorsed. How they get that deal out of nowhere? Because, like, I think he one of them Scientology people, bro. Because that's probably where he got that from. And being somebody who people call when things get crazy, like, some of the most powerful people I bodyguarded for like to get tied up. You feel me? They got videos of them getting tied up, somebody spanking them with a whip. A lot of powerful guys operate like that. So the things I'm seeing with him, it all makes sense.
The story around Diddy and this alleged list is far from over, and the silence from Hollywood only adds to the intrigue. As more clips resurface and more names get pulled into the spotlight, the lines between rumor and reality grow thinner. One thing is certain, this conversation isn't slowing down anytime soon. Stay tuned, because the next twist could be bigger than anyone expects. People there were but naked. At the time, it came off as light-hearted. But now, revisited under a different lens, that remark is being picked apart with fresh meaning.